thought or nutrition, which is more important? Well, when you're not quite well, then you just feel like have good nutrition and let me get out of my bed and let me feel well. Yes, nutrition is important. We count calories, we exercise and do everything for remaining fit in our life. However, nutrition is important, but thought is most important, and we'll know how. I'm Sanchita Pandey, and our topic for today is thought or nutrition. Whatever we are speaking, it always stays in this environment because thoughts are energy, and this energy will always stay as energy because energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Have you heard about somebody who was struggling inside a rubble for about 10 days without food and water? What kept him surviving through those 10 days? Willpower. The power of this person's thought, I must survive. Somebody is going to find me. And this willpower or thought, that is the energy of thought. It must be done. I must survive. This actually made him survive. So thought is so important. It is like if every thought that we think or every word we speak would be written on our skin, we wouldn't have spoken so many words or we wouldn't have thought so many thoughts. This brings us to mindfulness or meditation. As we silence our thoughts through meditation, as we come to this no thought zone, no thoughts are going on in our mind. We have nothing to prove to anybody. We are not seeking others' validation. You are not stressing out because you have no fear for the future. So are you not planning for the future? No. You have faith in the universe and the way it works. You are doing your best in this now. That's it. It will take care of you. Now you are not stressing out. You are not worrying. What is worry? What is anxiety? It is thought. Thought gone wrong. Thought gone in the negative direction. Thought gone in the wrong direction. That causes worry. That causes stress. That is also the cause of heart attacks. As they say, one wrong thought and it triggered something within you. So just one thought, that's it. So take care of the thoughts. Dr. Wayne Dyer was full of resentment for his father because his father had left the entire family when they were very small, and he had gone somewhere without telling them where he was going, and they had to go through a lot of hardships. His mother had to work very, very hard. And later on, after he had grown up, he came to his father's tomb. And there, standing in front of his father's tomb, he said, I forgive you for whatever you did. Why you did, nobody knows. And from now onwards, I have only love for you. That's it. He went to a hotel. And there, after he started writing his first book, The Erroneous Zones, which became a huge hit. So you see, if you can only be full of one kind of thought at a time, one quality of thought at a time. If you are full of resentment, love cannot stay there because there is either space for positivity or negativity. If suppose there was resentment, love cannot enter there. So as he removed resentment from his life, love entered. With love came creativity, peace, satisfaction, and more success in his life. In one of his lectures, Dr. Joseph Murphy has mentioned about individuals who were 125 years of age, 145 years of age. And as he wondered, what made them 145 years of age and still looking so healthy and fine and fit? So, when they were asked as to what was the secret formula for their good health, it was just thought, they said, not nutrition, because some of them even had 2 full packs of cigarettes per day. So they had no concept of health and nutrition actually. But what they were actually doing was they were full of peace. These people had something common in them, which was they were full of peace, satisfaction, creativity. They used to work in their garden or in their farm, very connected to nature, working in the sun. So connection with the universe, with the nature, and connection with the laws of the universe. That is, lot of peace, no hatred at all, and always smiling and peaceful. Now the question arises, I can be very peaceful when I am on my own. What happens is when others come in my purview, now they create the confusion. So how do I block this negative energy that others bring into my life? Or how do I block this negative energy which is not mine actually? They behave in certain ways which makes me feel bad, and then these negative emotions start coming out. You feel resentment, you hate them for it, you don't like them for it. Now, what is the solution for that? The first is, don't seek validation from others. Another thing is, how the other person is behaving with you is this person's problem. It is none of your problem. It has nothing to do with you. When somebody misbehaves, they are not feeling good, they are not satisfied. You are satisfied. But what happens is, you also become a part of that web. They were already there. They have sucked you in. So beware of this kind of negative energy. So what do? They will misbehave and you will not do anything. Actually, don't do anything, just to mind your peace. Because you see, if you are peaceful and smiling, you can live for 125 years of age, 145 years of age, which is worth it. That too, healthy and full of energy. Another thing is, so block that negative energy. Don't focus on what you do not like. Don't look into everything around you too much. Ignore. That is what you have to do. Just ignore. I did not like it, so I ignore it. I am not here to change you as a person, to tell you, look, you must not do this is bad karma. I am not here to teach you or to change you as a person. I am here to be my best version, to be the best version of who I can possibly be. That's it, and mind my own peace. So remember that. Another thing is, if it triggers something within you, that means you have to still work on yourself. You see, anything that is triggering you, triggering negative emotion within you, that means still there is a part left inside you which still just, it reacts to what is happening outside. So that means some kind of learning is still left. Again, try to ignore. Just ignore. If you are doing something, I'm not liking it, I will learn how to ignore it. You keep doing whatever you like to do. Somebody is honking the horn. You cannot go and fight again and again. Don't honk the horn this loud. Ignore. Let it pass through your body, or don't do anything. No storms can last forever. How long can somebody behave like that? That also you don't have to bother. However, if this place of negativity happens to be your own group of friends, or if it is your working atmosphere where you have to go every day, in that case, leave such an environment as fast as you can. Run away from negativity. Don't walk away from negativity. Run away from negativity, because it is going to cost you your health, your mental peace, your everything, your life. You require a lot of willpower to run away from negativity, because you have those old friends, circle of friends and everybody. But still, once you make a resolve that I no longer want to be a part of this group, once you make up your mind, once you can read the vibration of negativity from the vibration of positivity, you change your entire life for the better, because now ventilation will take place. Now only positivity will enter into your life, because you have taken the first decision, and the universe is going to pour all kinds of wonderful opportunities which you were not able to see earlier. People, new people, you were not able to access them earlier. Now you will start seeing miracles. The miracles that come with the power of positive thoughts. So, spiritual knowledge gives you a sort of freedom, wonderful freedom from how others are behaving, what they are doing, not doing. All depends on you. Your life is under your control. Your life is like free, beautiful, limitless, wonderful, peaceful, and full of well-being. Because even sickness comes because of thought. Thoughts of worry, anxiety, irritation, resentment, hatred will bring sickness in your body. Emotions are directly linked to how we feel physically and mentally. And so as you become more peaceful, that is how you will just know, you will feel lot of well-being in your body. So all you have to do is take care of your nutrition. Like Esther Hicks has said, you can even become, fit without going to the gym. Power of thought. Now, is it possible? You can just see. Get up every day. Think like you are exercising. Think like, oh, I am feeling good. I look good. This is how you can feel fit. You can become fit only by thinking that you have become fit. Is it possible? Try it out. This is what Esther Hicks has said. So that is the power of thought. Of course, you know about imagination, visualization. What is that? That is also power of thought. You can visualize something which is not right here in your life and create it in your life. So this is also power of thought. So thoughts are indeed very, very powerful tool. They are real powerful tools that we have been gifted with, and we must make the best use of our thoughts, the power of thought. Thank you so much, Inner Universe community. I love you and I send you my love and blessings. See you in my next video. If you are here for the first time, do subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Namaste.